All right. I have a live feed. Doors are open for the tribe. All right, just waiting for the tribe to show up. There's somebody. Amy's here. Welcome back, girl. Oh, beginning to wonder maybe everybody was just busy today. Good to see you. Looks like you survived the tornado watches and all that stuff. So hope you're feeling better. I sent you a bunch of distant healing. I messaged you that. That's right. Mike's here from Michigan. Amy from Ohio. All the out-of-staters. Oh, there's more. Feeling the smidgen less horrid. Oh, always a creative use of the pen when you're writing because you're a poet. Gene's here. You're welcome. So the distant healing I cannot reveal. You're just training it. There are certain symbols and stuff that you send. So I don't do that very often. So I got out my um, my education materials. That was in Reiki 2, I think. So there's levels 1, 2, and 3. They call 3 Reiki Master. I don't call myself that. But I got them out and followed them and faced toward the east and sent them to you 3 times. That's like the minimum. So I made sure I didn't miss anything. The distance healing symbols are quantitatively, cumulatively, there are a number of them, 5 to be exact, and you have to do them just right and in that order. So I made sure I didn't miss anything. There are also words that you speak for each one. So you had the best that I have to send. So hope that helped a little. Glad you're feeling a little bit better. Mike says, bad this storm. Oh, where you're at? Well, hunker down, man. Amy says, love secret healing. That's the only thing that's helped. Then I shall send more tonight. Yeah, so Reiki's part of energetic healing, traditional Chinese medicine that was around 3,000 years before Christ. So it's got a 5,000-year-old history. And most of what I practice is chakra, all 7 chakras of the body. They're actually over 100, they say, small ones, but the main 7, center line of the body. And I feel energy with hands off. So for me, it feels, if you take polar opposite ends of a magnet and push them together and you get that resistance, that's how energy feels to me. Some people feel temperature, hot or cold. That's only happened like rarely. So most of the work that I do is with Reiki, is balancing out the chakras. They can become depleted or they can become overexcited depending on where somebody's at in their life. And so that's most of what I do. So a lot of it is just in person, but there is distance healing that can be sent. So you have to focus and intention's a big part of that. Get a picture of that person, face toward where they're at, and you send it out. And it's very prescriptive, so has to be done a certain way. And so I got my teaching materials out to make sure I followed them. To the symbol. It is a thing. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the great astrophysicist, I kind of borrow from him when people are wondering about energy work. And he says, here's the cool thing about science. It's true whether you believe it or not. I love that. And the energy work is also, because we're physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. We're energetic beings. So we actually have current running through us. So that's what keeps our heart beating in perfect time and everything else. So if you want to know how you have something has an electric current or is conductive, you can just stick your finger, I don't recommend it, in a light socket or in water where a live current's going through it. Since we're over 80% water, we have the ability to be conductors of electricity. That's because we have electrical charges running through our body. So we're electrical as well as all the other makeup, but we're energetic. So we've got energy, and I do believe the entire planet is deeply connected to each other. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he doesn't disbelieve in God. He's just said, I really have not seen the proof. So he calls himself like an agnostic, but he's open-minded. And even he says, there was one time where everything in the known universe was about this big. And that's the Big Bang, and exploded out of that. So he said at one time, everything you see, this guitar, my shirt, the desk, your car, all came from stardust. And I believe that. So he just says, we are actually stardust. Everything came out of that big pressure explosion. Planets, everything. We were all part of that at some point, and then through millennia and millions of years, we've evolved into who we are today. We came along, but everything we came from was once just stardust, which I love that concept. She wrote a song about that. Well, actually, Joni Mitchell did, We Are Stardust. She wrote that song about Woodstock, which she was invited to but unable to get into because of all the mud and stuff. They couldn't land the helicopters, so she never got to perform there. So she went back home and actually wrote a very famous song about Woodstock. Even though she wasn't there, she embodied that in her mind and felt like what that experience was about, watching it on TV. She's prolific. So she wrote in those lyrics, "We're stardust." And we have to get back to the garden. So because of that, I do believe we were all part of the same thing once, billions of years ago, and because of that, we're still deeply connected. We were all part of the same thing once, so we were all connected, and I still believe we still are. So we tap into the energetic field that is around us through spiritual practice, and we can send that to other people. So there you go. That's just the down and dirty quick explanation of it. Kevin's here. Good to see you, brother. Mike says, "Oh, a couple days ago you had dust on." Okay. Felt like I've turned the corner and saw symptoms, but not misery. Glad of that. I could write a song about stardust. I'd like to do that. Well, good to see everybody. So glad you're here. I had a client today, and then had my gym bag, so I got a workout in. Wasn't the greatest, but I never have left the gym feeling worse than when I went in. So some days, it's a rare occasion, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I took it easy, and I got through it though. So I'm back home, and coffee just felt right today. Nothing but music tonight, listening and watching. An Idol finale. Oh yeah. Song about distance healing. Yep. So happy Soulful Sunday. Sip them if you got them. I've got my roommate leaves coffee for me because I'm up later, and then she makes extra, so I had enough to heat up. I was just finishing my laundry from my session earlier. Yeah, it was kind of the idea, not about healing, but in your lullaby, about, I can't remember the lyrics unless I'm singing the song, but I'll sprinkle stardust in your hair and riding a moonbeam to where you are. Those are kind of ideas about traveling ethereally to see somebody if you're not physically there. So I guess I'm kind of tapped into that at some point. Let's get some music going. A little Steve Poltz, never a bad time for Steve Poltz, and some Jewel. Hear the clock, 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I'm at. I've got my eggs, got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. Rake the oats and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I want the spots off the mirror. Don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams will last so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Call my mom, but she was out for a walk and sold a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. My heart's been broken, more people being used, but on my coat the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy, I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you, oh so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, go about my business now, doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story now, much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Hey. Put on my PJs and hop into bed. Oh no, why am I blanking on this line? I brush my teeth and put the cat back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look around, put on my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive but I feel mostly dead. I try and tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, all right, a little Steve Holtz and Jewel kicking off this edition of Soulful Sunday. Welcome, my tribe. Sip them if you got them. Even during the summer when it's 110 and more or less, I could just drink coffee any time of the day. Even when it's hot out. It's just good. Let's see. Amy says, yes, sounds great. That's funny. Yeah. It's true. Let's do a rare occurrence where I play one of my own songs. So it all comes down to this: how we get past one last kiss. It seems the stars might have their way. Love's a fool's dance, so they say. one thing I can do. Take myself down off this lover's cross and fall for you, for you. I'm no shining knight, I know. No righteous crest and no halo, but I'm the one who's here tonight. And this surrender feels so right. You're my rapture of the blue. Take my hand, let's make this lover's leap. It's all for you, for you. Pray for sleep that will not come till I know that I'm the only one you want to fall for you, for you, for you. Feels like home in your embrace, tender kiss, perfume and lace. That's me lighting up the sky, a flaming star. Make a wish and I will fly. See me falling straight to you. Here I say I'm your man. I'll give it all for you, for you, for you. All right, that's the second to the last song I wrote some years back called For You. Amy says, great original, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling like Soulful Sunday, just laid back songs today. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting till the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, he's sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I ain't got nothing to live for, look like nothing gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, he's sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. sitting here, resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, we're sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Oh, there's some of the late great Otis Redding for my Soulful Sunday tribe. Keeping with the Soulful Sunday vibe. Laid back, kicking back, stuff to just relax to. When the stars line up and catch a good break, people think you're lucky, but you know it's grace. And it can happen so fast, a little bit late. Timing is everything. And I've had close calls when it could have been me. I was young when I learned just how fragile life can be. I lost friends of mine. Guess it wasn't my time. Timing is everything. And I could have been a child that God called home, and I would have been one more unfinished song. When it seems a rhyme is hard to find, that's when one comes along just in time. Well, I remember that day when our eyes first met. You ran into the building to get out of the rain because you were soaking wet. And as I held the door, you wanted to know my name. Timing is everything. And I could have been another man in late. You never would have crossed my path that day. When it seems true love is hard to find, that's when love comes along just in time. Well, you can call it fate or destiny. Sometimes it really seems like it's a mystery. You can be hurt by love or healed by the same. Timing is everything. And it can happen so fast or a little bit late. Timing is everything. Oh, I like that song from that movie Country Strong. And again, not because I'm lazy, but I'm already capoed on the 5th fret. So let's do that nice little lullaby from Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas, which is also played on the 5th fret. Soon he was a pilot in the nationally known Amazing Ladies of the Outer Ozone. She didn't have no kids, she didn't have no time. She was a woman of her word, she was a fighter of crime. She liked to make up her mind. No. I always sometimes mix these verses up. Oh, I'm blanking. is alone. When she was a girl, she'd spent every afternoon sitting in her backyard pretending to be a fighter race in the Japanese military. She kept feeling, she's like, I'm mixing up these two verses, and I know they're wrong, and it throws me off. Her feet in the air, she wore a heart in her sleeve because she found it there. And it was all well and good until she met this young man, a young pilot named Steve with a beautiful tan. He spoke English and French, and he swam like a swan, had a mouthful of teeth and more style than Cezanne. He could talk to the bees, he could breathe in the air. He wore his heart on her sleeve because he found it there. And they'd sit in the trees and they'd talk through the night while the blind moon swam in the pale starlight. They talked and they crowed and they told what they knew. It was better than beer, was all strange and new. There was grass all around, it was black up above. It was more than hello, it was something like love. And I don't know why life, it seems to be so hard for dreamers like you and me. When love is love, is love, is there any way? Oh, I love that little Bob Schneider song. So there's a couple back to back on the fifth fret. Amy had said, great original, thank you. That one popped in my head right before you started. Must have been Dock of the Bay. Yeah, I know your mom liked that. Let me see if I can remember this. I played it not too long ago. This is that Minnie Driver song from the motion picture Phantom of the Opera. Child of the wilderness, born into emptiness, learn to belong, learn to find your way in darkness. Who will be there for you, comfort and care for you? Learn to belong, learn to be your one companion. Never dreamed out in the wild, there are arms to hold you. You've always known your heart was on its own. So let in your loneliness, child of the wilderness, learn to belong, learn how to love life that is lived alone. Learn to be lonely. Life can be lived, life can be loved alone. Oh, I love that little song. Awesome movie. Amy says, yes, so kind of figured. Dock of the Bay, awesome. I love that it popped into your head right before I started playing it. Let's do another movie show tune, back to back. Gentle breeze on Hushabye Mountain softly blows over Lullaby Bay. It fills the sails of boats that are waiting to sail your worries away. It isn't far to Hushabye Mountain, and your boat waits down by the quay. The winds of night so softly are sighing, soon they will sail your troubles to sea. So close your eyes on Hushabye Mountain, sails down the quay. Man, I don't know why I'm blanking today. I must not have eaten enough. Soon the winds on Hushabye Mountain sail far away from Lullaby Bay. So close your eyes on Hushabye Mountain, softly sail your cares of the day, and watch your boat from Hushabye Mountain sail far away from Lullaby Bay. Well, I got it back on track. Some of those I don't play very often. I mix up the verses, or I just kind of blank on. It's random on them. Amy says, lovely, thank you. As are you. Let's see if this one came to your mind, because it just came to mind. Perfect. Always a perfect song for Soulful Sunday. One of the couple that I keep the sheets together, so I kind of gave it away. I usually say that. Childhood living is easy to do. Things that you wanted, I bought them for you. Graceless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands. Wow, said couldn't drag me away. Wow, says, hang on. Couldn't drag me away. suffer a dull ache and pain. Now you decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit or off stage lines could make me bitter, but treat you unkind. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. I know I dreamed you a sin and a lie. I have my freedom, but I don't have much time. Faith has been broken, tears must be cried. Let's do some living after we die. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Yeah, wild horses, we'll ride them someday. Oh, I like that song. I should have grabbed the others, but they're right here. Keep these together. I guess because I played them together once, and so I don't know if the Batgirl had thought of that one yet, but if I'd have guessed and said, hey, pitch me something, that would have probably been in the top 3. I like that song. Perfect for a soulful Sunday. I usually play these kind of back to back because I kept the sheet musics next to each other. I pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about 10:30. I just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned, shook my hand, no was all he said. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. I picked up my bag, I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw a Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Annalie? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Annalie company? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Crazy Chester followed me and caught me in the fog. He said, I will fix your rack if you take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know that I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can? Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Catch a cannonball down and take me down the line. My bag is sinking low and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny, you know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny, and you put the load right on me. Oh, I love that song by the band. It's called The Weight, because I guess it's talking about a lot of heavy stuff. And it appears I played this one right after that at some point, by request as I recall, not too long ago, because the lyrics were all next to one another. I am a patient, peaceful man too, until my patience runs out and I'm having a field day with these lyric sheets. All right, I will eventually win. They're just teasing me because they won't stay put. All right. Amy says, great song. Sounding great. Thank you. Paul McCartney. I will. See, you're in Nashville. Finished dinner. ACD concert. I thought I read recently they were out on tour. Did they replace their... Who passed away? The lead singer? The two brothers are still there, right? The guitar player, Angus, and I don't know what his brother plays. Probably bass is my guess, or drums. So they must have replaced. Great song by Bob Dylan's band. Yeah, that's right. The band were Bob Dylan's band. They were trying to think up of a name. I remember seeing an interview with Robbie Robertson, who passed away a couple of years ago. He was the lead guitarist, and he penned a lot of their songs. And he said they were trying to think of a name. And somebody in the band or the producer said, why don't you guys just call yourself the band? And they said the reason is because when they were Bob Dylan's band, they were always referred to as the band. Hey, let's get the band. Let's do the band. The band. They just called them the band because they were his backup band. They didn't. They weren't a band with a name. So I forgot about that story. You just reminded me. So they said, why don't we just call ourselves the band because that's all anybody ever refers to us. Malcolm passed. What was he? So he was the brother. Was he the lead singer, or was he like, or is the lead singer? I don't know. I don't know the band. I know their music. I just don't know everybody. So I knew somebody passed, and I thought they had broken up, but apparently they are back out on tour, which is fantastic. Was Malcolm the bass player? I'm just kind of going by memory. Guitarist. No, the guitarist is still alive. Angus. Or was he a rhythm guitarist? Angus is their crazy across the stage, awesome lead playing guitarist. So he must have been that. Brian Johnson, Angus Young on lead. Okay, yeah, so Malcolm was the rhythm guitarist, other guitarist. All right, so here's the other one that was, these lyric sheets were right after that, so I think I played this by request before, not too long ago. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. I said, Georgia, ooh, Georgia, no peace I found, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road it leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. I like that G7, that little ending instead of just a G. I like that chord structure, the way those were arranged. I've done that in a bit, but that was right there next to the others, so I knew I had to do that. You're welcome. Oh, Z says yes, so Malcolm was the rhythm guitarist. Okay. So the lead singer, he's still okay. Good. Not that replacing any one person is ever easy, but when you get somebody like a lead vocalist whose signature sound is attached to the band, it's really hard to replace that. Same with lead guitarists. If they have a signature sound, it's really hard to find somebody who can play that stuff. They put together a band that's been doing, that's gonna need tuning, been doing Van Halen stuff, and as a tribute. And Joe Satriani is playing the lead guitar, who's a fabulous guitarist. And I saw an interview with him. He's like, man, I can play some of these notes, but it doesn't sound like Eddie, because there's a soul and a certain feel that musicians have, or vocalists. And he's like, I'm close, but he goes, it's not Ed. So Ed Van Halen was he was just an anomaly, man. He created his own signature sound, changed the way people approach the guitar. Okay. Amy requested Paul McCartney from Lake House. I'm very sure this never happened to me before. I met you, and now I'm sure this never happened before. Now I see this is the way it's supposed to be. I met you, and now I see this is the way it should be. This is the way it should be for lovers. They shouldn't go it alone. It's not so good when you're on your own. So come to me. Now we can be what we wanna be. I love you, and now I see this is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. This is the way it should be for lovers. They shouldn't go it alone. It's not so good when you're on your own. I'm very sure this never happened to me before. I met you, and now I'm sure this never happened before. This never happened before. This never happened before. This never happened before. Oh, by request, another great song for Soulful Sunday. I always love taking requests. Thank you for that one. Let's see. Oh man, we're over an hour, but not by playing time, because I waited a little bit for folks to show up and then talked a little before I played, so it's not like I'm on anybody's timeline anyway. Great mellow soulful Sunday, thank you. Agreed. Um, how about Bella? I haven't done that in a while. My original. She comes through the garden, dancing her way through the lilies and the tulips as they smile and sway. The tiny ballerina dreams in her eyes. She's the belle of the dance to me. Forever and always she'll be. Now her parents named her Bella, so they'd never forget the music they first heard on the night that they met. An enchanting young maiden and a tall, handsome gent. She's the belle of their dance, you see. Forever and always she'll be. Now Bella, she likes Lance a lot, and there's a whisper around town that his armor is useless whenever she's around. And when the moon casts its shadow for the 31st time, she'll be the belle of his dance, you see. Forever and always she'll be. But I had journeys to take and my fortune to make, so I bid her farewell with a tear. But I never did forget the day that we met, when she danced in the garden for me. She was the belle of the dance, you see. Now the sun's come and gone, 10,000 days, and I'm slow on my feet, and my hair's all turned gray. And Bella and her fella have a blossom of their own, a tiny ballerina and a beautiful home. So I sit in that garden and dream of that day. Always and forever she'll be Isabella, the belle of the dance to me. That's one, if I don't play it very often, I forget like the picking patterns. But they come back pretty quick. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. That's my original Bella, written for the little dancing daughter of some friends of mine that people just come and go sometimes. I was talking with my client about that today. So they've just they parted ways and then moved on through life. That was probably 10 years ago. 9, 10. So she was like 4 or 5. So man, she's a teenager by now. That's hard to believe. So who knows? We might cross paths again one day. Who knows? I'm a wedding officiant, you know? Her dad might get a hold of me one day and say, guess what? Bella's 20 and she's getting married and she wants you to officiate their wedding. Would you play that song? It's like I just put that out there. That just came to me. It's like, oh, talk about magic. And of course I would say yes. Great. Mellow Soulful Sunday, thank you. So sweet. Yeah, I do like that little song. All right, tribe, let's close this out. I spoke of Amy's Lullaby earlier. This is a perfect song to end Soulful Sunday on. When you go to sleep at night, remember to let your soul take flight. But if you drift away too far, I'll ride a moonbeam where you are. The stars are calling, and I am falling. As you lay your head to sleep, counting heartbeats instead of sheep, just breathe my name and call me there, and I'll sprinkle stardust in your hair. The moon is calling, and I am falling. If I could lay you down to sleep, praying, Lord, your soul to keep. The night is calling, and I have fallen. So sleep you well, my turtle dove. You'll forever be my one true love. All right, perfect track, perfect song to end on. It was a track off our Musicians on Call album that we recorded some years ago. So that sounded perfect. Yeah, it was perfect. You're welcome, G. Excuse me, you're welcome, Gene. Oh, good. I'm glad. Music can also be medicine. So if that helps you, then I'm delighted. Thanks for tuning in so you could receive that. Z says, thanks, you're welcome. And Mike was in Michigan. Kicking back, just listening the whole time too. That's right, you're welcome. So, from my perspective, Ohio, Michigan, Arizona. There's our love triangle tonight. My tribe, thanks for being here. As always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy, keeping those immune systems bolstered. You're going to be sending some distant Reiki healing to Amy again later this evening to help her get better, because we are all connected. And distance is of no consequence when it comes to energy and deep spiritual connection with each other. So we'll be doing that, wishing her a fast recovery, that she feels better. Thanks for tuning in on a Soulful Sunday. As you're starting to slide into your weekend, enjoy what's left of this day. I will be back for Wind Down Wednesday. 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time as always. Thank you so much. No matter how large or small a gathering, it's an esteemed group of tribes members. So always honor to have you here. Thank you so much for giving an audience to my music, or there wouldn't be any. So I'm always glad of that. So enjoy the rest of your Soulful Sunday, and we'll see you next time.